I mean, listen, I don't know if I'll actually like post these recordings for this game, but you know, why not, right? Oh yeah, I think I said I was gonna like actually try to learn to tank a little bit, and somebody was suggesting that Dark Knight is like actually a decent class for learning to tank or something like that. I should rename that to something really stupid. Yeah, there we go. Not typical or anything. Shut up. Shut up, baby. I know it. And now we get to look at our buttons, I guess. But first, I'm going to sit here. Let's sit. Yeah, I could probably just like type these out, but hi, fat cat. Right, so this is fairly easy to figure out. I want my tank stance button, which I believe is that one, right? I want that somewhere where I can hit it easily, but that I won't sausage finger on it very easily. So putting it on the alt set over there seems like the smart money. Because that is something I can remember to do at the beginning of a thing, and then never bother with again, probably. Hang on a second, my hair's got a tangle in it, that's all. So this is looking like that can go over at 4 or so. That short range? Yeah, I can see range. No, that's like my ranged attack there. Yeah, so that one we can put that over there for now. Listen, I don't know what the hell I'm doing, so don't even look at me. Do not perceive me. All right, so there's our basic combo there. Low blow. Reprisal. This seems like that's going to be important to hit that during very specific places. Listen, I just do not know what I'm doing offhand. I get the basic idea, obviously. But of course, arranging this stuff, obviously I have these in the like 3x4 blocks like this because that's how my mouse is laid out and I can just hit everything with the right thumb. So I feel like I have to arrange these in an order that like flows in a way that sounds smart. Smart in very large air quotes here because, well, think about who you're talking to or with or at. Right, so we want that over there for now. Maybe I should just like try doing the actual class quest, and that might be helpful. All right, so reprisal, provoke, rampart. Those all kind of make sense in this general area. And then we can have a section over here for like for our interruption because I don't know if we get another one besides interject. I don't think we do actually, but eh. All right, so obviously that's an Ishgard. That just hanging out like right in the middle of town. I can teleport there. I think the nearest Aetherite in town is over in the, over behind where everybody is dancing. Because that's just what always happens in this city. Pocket Sand. I like that there's somebody just named Pocket Sand. Hey, shoutouts to King of the Hill. What a show that was. I see I'm not the only one who just toggles their weapon as being drawn and not drawn. At random. Where in town is that? Over this way? I think I overshot. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's up this way. Incidentally, I've also heard that the Dark Knight questline is particularly good. I just haven't actually gotten to it because tanking. I don't like the idea of being relied on. Hey, how was the making fun of incels or whatever it was you were doing, Tav? Zoom in on my chat window. Oh, you. Oh, you. Yeah, that's exactly what I should have expected at this point. All right, Frey, show me what the thing to do is here. Well, I certainly am, I was just like, don't you look like the part? And I'm over here in an outfit that was like, okay, how much can I make myself look like an edgelord? Although this was for Machinist. I still have my other glamour plate for Machinist, which is far better, but yeah, let's see what's going on here. Oh. Slight pause because I was annoying Tav. The blue bastard. I appreciate this. Aren't you happy, Tav? I found one. Like I said, it's not quite as, enthusiastic as Cat Jam, but it's pretty good. I like beating people up. Frey is just like keyed into me instantly. I'm impressed. Actually, it just immediately makes me think of Hotline Miami and Do You Like Hurting Other People? I never finished playing Hotline Miami or really even got that far in it because it kind of gave me motion sickness, which is a very rare thing for a video game. The second one was much better about it, but I also didn't ever finish that because I put it down for a bit and then didn't come back to it because I keep getting distracted by everything else. Alright, the congregation with a tribunal. Hmm. Ah, yes, we make them as angry as possible. Hmm. That seems like my big strategy for this. Yeah, that looks pretty cool, actually. All right, so we're gonna be like literally right at the door there. So that's okay. We can go teleport to the astrologian place. I believe that's. It's been a while since I've thought about AST any in terms of like playing it, because me playing a healer, yeah. I am not exactly someone to be relied on, I'll say that. Meanwhile, why am I thinking about being a tank? Because apparently a tank's role is just being bad at dying, and if there's one thing I'm good at, it's being bad at things, so. Oh boy. Back we go. Gotta remember I don't have to hold control when I hit 12 to start running. Alright. Are you gonna be... Oh. They want level 34 at max. That has me a little bit nervous, because I remember when I was starting out as machinist and I dived into the duty on the level 30 class quest, it was actually pretty tough. I'm sure I'll be fine. I mean, dude, look at this guy. Would are you gonna stick around for this? Come on. Oh, he's listening to his nerf already. I got some bad news, kids. Look at my big sword. Level 34, huh? I'm sure there's a little more to this than this, then. Right? Yeah, I figured as much. 34 is just a sink down cap. Yeah, that is true, but my brain is like, okay, they want you to do at least a little bit. But that might just be me. Okay, well, he wasn't wrong. I warned you! I warned you about stairs, bro! So you did. Get out of the way. It keeps happening! Bray warned me about stairs, bro. Alright, let's grab a couple of stacks. Okay. Keep going this way. No? Is it over here? Yeah, there we go. There's our orange thing not being there. What are we doing? Right now, we're trying to rescue someone, and I am starting to get a little bit of a feel for the Dark Knight class. This is a tank class, if you are not familiar with, like, anything FF14 related. I've never really played any of the tank classes whatsoever. Oh, right, the healer. I probably should deal with that. Oh, I missed. I'm blinded, isn't it? Who's this jerk? There we go. Easy, easy, easy. Yeah, that is absolutely a thing that, like, this game, you get a lot going on screen, and so the video, basically, it comes down to, since I stream at 1080p, if I'm streaming something this high res, I do kind of have to make sacrifices. Like, it was fine when I was streaming Dread. I regret to say that. So, of course, the Switch is not, like, you know, super high res or anything, so it'll look fine with that, and... Oh, wow, this chucklefuck just swore. Was that a swear you just swore? Let's beat up the healer. See, I totally know how to do things, I just usually choose not to. Dang it. There we go, missing again. So yeah, I'm sure the game would probably look okay in 1080p, or in 1080p, rather at full resolution. Get over here. But if it's in a windowed format, or like you have all the other bells and whistles of the Twitch interface, it'll probably scale down, so you might have a little bit of issue seeing things. And unfortunately, on top of that, the way that my window is currently set up, because I want to have like the chat box and everything on there because I upload these on YouTube afterwards, it means that the window, I think, is in 720p. Which means that, yeah, you're scaling down from something that... You know, I usually play this in a window that's, I think, 1600 by 900. So, you know, I guess technically you could call that 900p, but, like, nobody uses that term. Except for weirdos. So... yeah, basically, I guess what I'm trying to say is that, yeah, this is not exactly super ideal, but I had it before, and it was... where it was a larger window, but you legitimately could not read anything else on the screen. It looked kind of terrible, and I noticed it when I was streaming Sonic Mania, which I think I streamed earlier this year, so... yeah. Anyway, Frey is threatening to burn this guy's house down. With the lemons, possibly. Do you know who I am? I'm the man who's gonna burn your house down! With the lemons! Oh, I haven't played either of the Portal games in a bit of a while. Oh, I'm getting a party request from a random person. That is new. And friend, I appreciate it, but I want to do this on my own right now. Was that you? Uh, was that you? Did you create another character and just be like, "Hey, yeah, get in here, loser. I can do this, buddy." Okay, because I was gonna say, like, I know that you're actually good at this game and you can level like reasonably fast. I would totally. Who's somebody's roasting me in the FC. Oh, hey, this thing is all the way over here. Okay, yeah. So the doodad just shows us if we have our tank stance on. Timer indicates the duration of dark side. It's not a Q or anything yet. Well, if it's if it's a Q for actual content, I'll switch to machinist. You know, assuming it happens, obviously. If um, but if it's just for standing in MSQ roulette, which I've considered just be like, hey, I'm gonna go into MSQ roulette, and I'm just gonna be like, hey, yeah, let me get Praetorium, and we're gonna have a fun stream in Praetorium. You know, if we're doing something like that, I'll switch to Red Mage because Red Mage isn't at max level yet. Oh yeah, timer indicates duration of dark side, which increases damage dealt using flow of darkness or edge of darkness acquired at level 40. Grants dark side. Gotcha. Okay. I know. I swear it made sense when. Uh, if we're gonna do like actual content, I'll switch to Carpenter. It'll be fine. It's funny if you minimize the game window. Uh, if I just go sleep in between every cutscene, such devastation to my sleep schedule or something. I don't know. I don't know where I am because I forgot to go and just teleport around using the Aetherites. If only I was smart. That would be a shock, wouldn't it? Jewel Crozier is the other side of the... I could have just walked here, you're correct, but I didn't. Retainer bell? Here we go. Oh yeah, Big Nerd hasn't sold anything. Oh well. That's okay. Actually, for anyone who hasn't seen, yes, it's true. My retainers are named Big Nerd and Small Nerd. Big Nerd's a Hrothgar. Black Mage Hrothgar. I could probably... Oh, did you sell some... Yeah, you probably sold, like, one of the materia that I got when we were in Amaret a couple of days ago. And over here, we've got Small Nerd, who's a Fisher and also a Lalafell. Because, of course, Big Nerd, Small Nerd. Obviously. We're gonna You know what? Sure, let's queue for MSQ rule. Okay, that's better. I saw Adventurer need DPS on Alliance raids, and I was about to be like, you are fucking kidding me. That's a bit of a problem. That's something is wrong when you see that. So in the middle of this, I scrolled way too far down to teleport to Costa del Sol. I think we are going to attempt to level up Dark Knight a little bit here. And I was gonna say, first of all, let's Careless Whiskers. That's the rat boys one, right? Or the buffalo. I mean, I could probably fight it if I wanted to, but mostly I wanna deal with these. Oh, that can go over 30 seconds? Neat. I didn't even realize that. Oh, I walked back into the stun like an idiot. I am the champions. Get out of it. Don't be an asshole. He's not that kind of asshole. Oh. I died. Oh well. Acquires some experience. Leaves. This cost me health. Teleports back. Slowly leaks money. At least I don't, like, lose money when I die or something. That'd be really, really terrible. We'll check that, like, all my stuff is in here. Here it is. Hooray, I got a chunk of experience. From the thing that I died at. Oh boy, so those fates all suck. Right, so which one of these is... Okay, I think this is the one where you beckon the calf constantly. Also, I could probably stand to have my bird out here, couldn't I? Look at that white mage hood. Bird's a better healer than I'll ever be. Even when it does goofy shit, which it basically does constantly. Alright. Start it. Let's go to +2 here, because I don't 100% trust myself to be, like, able to survive this even with the bird. Wow, it would have been really smart if I'd had the damn bird with me the whole time, but... You know what? I mean, you're not wrong, so... Long arm, Okay, good. Old long arm didn't escape here. Oh, that's a big boy, alright. We did see plenty of these things, by the way, and yes, their main attack is to sneeze. Aside from, you know, slapping you with their floppy arms. Hooray! So we'll get a little extra for clearing that mission. So that's neat. Ooh, treasure chest. It's not going to be super important, but hey, treasure chest. Aww. Yes. Ethereal Steel Claws. I'm pretty sure... I think our monk is at about level 30, but I'm pretty sure we have better than those. In fact, I could probably look. And I might just do that later. Oh no, it's trying to rope me into the fate over here. Whoops. Alright, so both these parchments should... Oh no, there's another ring over there. Right. Gotta remember to re-up Darkside as soon... Oh god. These two shit posters in my FC. Oh neat, free wind crystal. Alright, so back this way, there's probably still another... Yeah, I'm also doing a stupid thing where it's like, oh, Yeah, by the way, the little card things, those are the things you want to pick up for the leave when they are pointedly not. Those are the locations of monsters. Unfortunately, I'm a dumb asshole. No, I can't do that, and I don't want him to. I'm laughing about it because it's actually kind of funny. Also, I mean, one of them is literally right here in the chat, so, you know. I can tell Tab to fuck off whenever I want to. I've been friends with him for 10 years. Unfortunately, I don't know if he knows that I don't mean it. That's unfortunate. Yeah, I know, right? The fact that you put up with me for that long, I don't know what the deal is with that, but, you know. Oh, hey, the thing is starting to go down pretty quickly for our duty finder. We might get interrupted in the middle of the leave quest here to go and get Praetorium, i.e. the last dungeon of the original version 2.0, where you can't skip the cutscenes even though you've played it before, just because they want to make sure that nobody misses that stuff. Anyway, I'm feeling a little saucy. I'm gonna go all the way for max difficulty here. I'm feeling like my bird is not completely useless today. Oh, yeah, we got another Goobboo here. Got another Sneezy on our hands. Nope. Our Chocobo can take on a variety of roles. I have mine as a healer just because I'm not really the sort of person who trusts myself to be any good at that, and a healer is kind of like one of the most important members of the party, really, so. And of course, proportionally, you get a lot of people playing DPS. So if I'm in a group, like doing a thing on the world map, if I'm in one of the higher level fates, like the It's Not Lupus one that we saw down in the map. Let's see if it's still there. Yeah, this one, It's Not Lupus. That one is notable for being fairly hard. It's basically like a sort of a, I guess like a pickup raid, basically. You fight a mini boss of sorts. And it's a big crab. It's called Cancer. The name is a reference that was added, but yes, it's a giant enemy crab. Exactly. It is weak point for massive damage. Unfortunately, its weak point is there's not much of one. So basically, if I'm in something like that, and that'll be something that I'd be doing with like a bunch of, you know, whoever's in the area. Oh, okay. So we gotta switch classes back real quick. That popped way sooner than I thought it would. Oh no, I'm incurring an EXP penalty by switching classes after I started to leave. Oh no. Well, it said we failed, but that's okay. We can pick that up again when we return. And oh hey, look, it's everybody's favorite, it's Praetorium. This... well, you know what? Enjoy, audience! It's okay, we would have to do this anyway if I was doing like a regular story playthrough, so hey, we'll get to see it now. And you know what? I get to basically sleep for 40 minutes. That's not quite true, obviously. I'm gonna, you know. Tapped over the open artifact and everyone left his... Oh no. Oh, Slacks, you dumb motherfucker, Slacks. Oh my god. I love Slacks. Slacks is fantastic. Oh. 500 people left. It's like it's a joke. Come back. Oh no. Oh boy. I was gonna say, unfortunately, we don't have any hilarious. Yeah, unfortunately, we don't really have any hilarious names this time. I think we have like a serious party here, which means that I'm once again stuck being the most fashionable person. I should have put on the chicken suit. I'm an idiot. I'm sorry. The 10,000 MP. So 10,000 MP. Every class has 10,000. Every class has 10,000 mana, regardless of what you are. A lot of classes really don't use a ton of it. Like right now, I'm red mage, so I'm gonna be spewing spells and doing all kind of physical attacks and stuff. So there used to be like different values of mana for each class, and it was a little bit hard to keep up with sometimes. Now it's just 10k basically to like fix it as percentages. So you may or may not have noticed. In fact, you probably did not because of the screen scale, but when I was playing as Dark Knight, I learned an action called Dark Side, which had a cost of 3,000 mana, I believe it was. So it just eats like 30% of your mana pool, no matter what. And it was done like that to basically to make it easier for everyone to understand. I think before that it was called like class points or something. Yeah, so Dark Side is not. You don't want to spam Dark Side if you're Dark Knight, but you can do it a couple of times in a row to build up the Dark Side gauge, which is what that number was, which gives me enhanced damage during that period. Meanwhile, as Red Mage, my spells are significantly cheaper, but I'm using them far more regularly. Yeah, but then you're sandbagging your other stats. You wouldn't want to do something like that. So for Red Mage, my buttons 1, 2, 3 are Jolt, Verthunder, and Verstone. I think I may have the. Oh, pardon me. No, Verstone is the other one. Jolt, Ver-Arrow, and Verthunder is the order there. So Jolt costs 200 mana, and basically I want to do it as a pattern of Jolt, then either Verstone or Verthunder, then Jolt again, and then the other one that I didn't cast, because Red Mage has a double cast mechanic. So you cast one spell, and then you get to cast the next one immediately, and everything has a wind up to it. As you can see, it has a cast timer. So Jolt, it's like a second and a half at most. Meanwhile, the bigger ones, which are Verstone and Verthunder, which hit a lot harder, and they build those gauges that are over in, I think they're like around here when I was doing it. They build them up much faster. However, they have a cast time of like 4.5 seconds. So you want to do Jolt, which is your fast cast spell, and then do one of the ones that takes longer to cast. And so Jolt costs like 200 mana compared to the 3,000 on Dark Side. But I'm spamming that, and the Ver-Arrow and Verthunder are 400 each. So I use that constantly, but it's a lot cheaper each. So yeah, basically, as pointed, it's balanced for each class is part of the point. Some classes don't use a lot of mana at all. I haven't leveled up Monk a whole lot, but I don't think... shit. I think my Monk is only at, like, level 30, so I don't think I have anything that actually costs mana right now, but... yeah, so something like that compared to something like this. For example, Machinist uses, like, no mana, because it's just ranged weapon DPS. Whereas over here, I'm using a ranged magic DPS. Well, mostly magic. Red Mage, unsurprisingly, being, a red mage, has a lot of a lot of more like physically oriented attacks. We'll definitely see me pull out the physical combo later, but I usually don't even bother with it very much with this dungeon because Praetorium is pretty easy for the point that I'm at. Basically, so I'll talk about equipment levels in a minute or two, or even three or so. Whenever we're done with this thing. Also, yeah, you can see that sometimes when I'm casting my bigger spells, I'm proccing the ability to activate these two, Verstone and Verfire. Those are basically, they cast as fast as Jolt, but they do almost as much damage as the bigger spells, and they give you almost as much of those side meters as those big spells, whereas Jolt just gives you 3 points each. Those are used for prepping your physical combo to do more damage. Anyway, cutscene time. Not a lot of voice acting through some parts of this, which I actually tend to forget because I've run Praetorium a lot just by virtue of, it being very easy experience when you do it through main story quest roulette, and for getting the Moogle Tome events, which is one of the big reasons why I'm playing a lot of 14 right now, is to be able to get a couple of relatively exclusive items. I'm real bad about a lot of things, so I slowly turning into a seasonal player in that regard. So let's pop open our character thing, and you can see this number up here is the average of all of our item levels up here. So for example, well, for a start, you can see that. Actually, is it showing the number there? Yeah, okay. So I don't get to do anything for a little bit because this is just the tanks. So this weapon that I have, which is wearing a glamour over it, is item level 400. Which, of course, that is way above what this dungeon is. And on top of that, it's level, it's for a level 70 red mage, and I'm level 50. So we get scaled down to the proper level for this. Mid eye level prey runner go home. Oh my god. You know something? You know what? Go fuck yourself. I'm cashing in my freebie here. And I'm just gonna say, really? What is wrong with you? Aside from, everything. Yeah. So, item levels. Obviously, I'm not allowed to have my full eye level 400 stats on my ridiculous sword. You'll see, my HP right now is about 6k. When we pop out of dungeon, it goes back up to, 50,000 or something. Yeah, the minimum eye level is 42. I don't know what the max is here, but I think it's something it's in the lower hundreds, 110 or something, probably. So, when items get synced down, stats are scaled down to, approximately what that would be. So, at this point, I'm basically coming into this with the equivalent of the maximum item level equipment that I could have for this. I could upgrade my gear and it would have no real purpose. I could downgrade it and, well, up to a point it wouldn't. So, yeah, I'm basically running this with max stats, effectively. So, when I and the rest of these folks are blazing through this, keep in mind that it's because we are just absolutely capped out. And yes, hello, Jack. Absolutely. It is definitely time for the movies. We're not at the highest level of cutscene density yet. There's going to be some action here, although, again, we're in the Mech Walker. We're in the FF6 armor. So, we're not getting quite to Gaius's big speech here. I get to shoot shit for a bit. Absolutely. I get to follow this party and press the 2 button on my mouse a bunch. I do off and on, Jack. Nice to see you, by the way. I hope you're doing well. I heard you. I heard you got a concussion, so that's quite unfortunate. Is that correct? Is my information wrong about this? Has Brian lied to me in some manner or misstated something? You're hanging in there. That's fair enough. I feel like these days hanging in there is about as much as you can ask for, unless you're like Jeff Bezos or Elon Musk or something. Here's go. Issues are more related to meds you were on. Oh, okay. So I guess that Brian did absolutely say the wrong thing to me, which, oh well, can't be helped. That guy doesn't remember everything. I can't remember everything. You've done like nothing but play 14 for the last couple of months to get away from yourself. Fair enough, fair enough. This game is a lot of fun. And there's gonna be some big updates soon because of the new expansion pack coming out, which I've already pre-ordered. You can see in here I've got the earring. What server am I on? I am on Midgardsamur. I'm on the Aether data center. Yes, that is correct. Okay. I do, however, still have character slots open that I could like go build characters elsewhere if I was not lazy about getting into getting through stuff. I did actually, before my sub ran out last time, or what I think was last time, maybe the time before. But it was back in the summer. I started a character on Lamia, mostly because I wanted to hang out with Plastic Allen and the rest of his circle of people. And I started in on it, and then my sub ran out, and then I forgot about it by the time it got re-upped. Because I have a really, really good memory. And if you say otherwise, well, you're actually correct. Oh no, our chicken walker ran out of power. If only I'd been wearing the chicken suit. I don't know where that sound came from, but okay. Totally unnecessary. They had a very fancy looking sword here. I like the particle effects, so I think I managed to luck out on finding one of these that was pretty cheap. If I recall correctly. Words. Yes, here we go. Here's where it really starts. We've got Nero. It's not quite going to be quite the ridiculous level of words as when Gaius shows up, but this is a little bit wordy. As Sid and Nero have their marital dispute. I like Nero's helmet though. It looks like It looks like it's like some sort of weird dragon creature's big open mouth. And his arm communicator, is it still open? Yeah, it is. Okay, I don't know why I never really paid a ton of attention to that, but here we are. That said, also, like, that armor texturing, well, that definitely looks like it comes from the era when Realm Reborn came out, which is a very long time ago. And I feel very silly saying that because I I try to be like, most of the time I feel like one of those people is like, yeah, graphics aren't that big of a deal. And honestly, I don't think they are that super important. Like, as long as you can tell what's going on a basic level and they don't hurt your eyes, then it's all right. But I'm noticing, a little bit of the slight pixelation around some areas there, and the slightly stiff shapes of the modeling a little bit, and really realizing, you know, yeah, I grew up with pixels. This shit is voodoo science to me. Basically, yeah, that sounds about right. Is like, I hate being the sort of person who's like, oh man, the PS4 looks better than the PS3 because it's like they both look perfectly fine. It's about what you do with them. But then after a certain amount of time with it, you do actually notice. And that always feels really weird to me. Can't tell the difference from about PS2 onward. Fair enough, fair enough. It took me a very long time to really see the difference, to be honest. So, yeah, I can't even say that much about it. Then again, you can see that the textures on my character's outfit, which are probably a little more recent, aren't necessarily like perfect quality. But you know what? Who needs it? Who needs that? PS2 quality is good enough. Yeah, I I'm not 100% sure when I decided on the monocle, other than the fact that this was originally. My current glamour is originally what I was wearing with my crafting classes as a glamour, because I was like, why not? And then I was just like, hey, I can adapt this to Red Mage. Maybe part of it was like, oh, I really wish I could equip hats, but being a Vieira, hats are. Oh, do I not have enough range? I'm used to I'm used to range DPS limit break, so that's a my bad. Also, everybody's shoving Nero right into the corner. Ah, yes, I love getting electrocuted. I mean, we don't get a chance to see, mates. We don't get a chance to see that. You're thinking about the wrong. I'd say you're thinking about the wrong thing, but I don't know about the wrong thing. And yeah, I'm not even pulling out the physical combo right now, just because I don't think it's necessary. Yeah, yeah, it's fair. Use the limits or they're wasted. Yeah, I didn't want to walk too far into. Melee LB3, the one soldier after the elevator. Oh. That is a beautifully sick thing to say. You strange, strange person. Oh, I'm sure we'll be fine. Ultima Weapon, we fought that thing before. What's at a party? Yeah. But also, at this point, I mean, I'm in here with stuff that is way above where they expect you to be at for your first run through. So repeats are just kind of comical because, as I was saying before, the max eye level here is a lot higher than the minimum of 42. So we're we're yeah. Again, I don't think I can really open this here, but as I sort of got to indicate earlier, I'm pretty sure that belt aside, and well, earring aside as well, because I'm using the pre-order one from Endwalker. Belt aside, which, you know, at this point I'm in such a position where I'm trying to avoid caring too much about belts because those are going to be phased out when Endwalker comes out, and that is a little over a month away. Oh, we get some voice acting now, so I have the Japanese voices on because, especially during the Realm Reborn era, the English voices are kind of considered to, you know, by a lot of people at least, to be a little bit, well, listen, English voice acting for a lot of Japanese properties is often a very, very dicey proposition. And at bare minimum, it's not like 90s quality. We'll give them that. But it probably took until the 2010s for it to really start to catch up. And it didn't catch up everywhere, that's for sure. Don't even think about dying. You're too bloody useful. We're trying not to. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm getting at. Is, you know, and here's Gaius. You can start bringing us the big long speeches. Glib. Yeah, there it is. Glib. What a word. Thanks, buddy. Mr. Skull Gas Mask Man. And he's carrying a gunblade. Gaius is a character design that, like, listen, I'm gonna be honest, I would come up with this when I was 15, but it's fantastic. I am not hating by any means when I say that, because come on. Look at this guy. It's so over. Yeah, exactly. And I think it sells very well in this game as opposed to like some other Final Fantasies where you see it, just because this is definitely a game where they know a lot about what this series was like and they knew how to deal with it. One of the villains later on in the story is just an evil Doom guy, and literally, I mean, he just straight up drops Doom guy lines. Yeah, it's one of the later dungeons in 4.0. I can't remember if it's actually Doma Castle or not. Is it the level 69 dungeon? Or is it the one afterwards? Yeah, it's Doma. Okay, yeah. See, you remember what I'm talking about. I admit that I don't always have the greatest memory about everything because, you know, I'm forgetful. Yeah, with the yeah. Oh yeah. And see, here we go. We got Gaius pulling out the gold armor too. Yeah, I mean that will help, won't it? And on top of that, we're fighting him on a giant elevator. It's like, this really is just This is the sort of thing that I feel like a lot of people would be like, they would roast this game for if it weren't this game. Needs more elevator music though. Thanks. That would actually be pretty great. Sir, I'm pointing at you while I'm waiting for everybody else to come out of the cutscene. I feel really weird when I'm the first one coming out of the cutscene because it's like, why is this? I am so used to my internet being garbage. Go solo the bastard. At this point, I mean, you say that, I might be able to do it. Okay, I've had enough good back and forths with that I'm actually going to pop acceleration in order to up my DPS a little bit. It may not even be necessary, and also to re-up my mana recovery for my color meters here. Alright, we're back above 80 for both of them, so we... Honestly, I don't even need to recharge that, because... Oh, the JP dialogue is faster? How about that? Neat, though. Although, I guess... Yeah, they would have to be different lengths, just by virtue of the fact that, English words, please. Actually, that is basically the problem, isn't it? Is that it takes a different amount of time to say the different lengths of sentences, and if they try to force the dialogue lengths to each language and everything, you basically get the problem that existed with Final Fantasy X in terms of its dialogue. Like, one of the reasons why... Yep. I mean, people shit on that game a lot. I think that it's a little bit undue because there's still a couple of points where, at least in terms of that specific thing, the other things are whole other discussions to be had. But more to the point, people talk about that the dialogue in that game doesn't always sound good and the voice acting. As long as the character's mouth movements aren't shown. Yeah, there you go. And a lot of it is because they were trying to pace things to the way a lot of that worked. Hedy Barres, who did the voice of Yuna, is one of the major players in that regard. So, if I could put my words together, that would be super good. So, I mean, I think that she has a couple of moments that she still manages to sound pretty great, but because they didn't resync the mouth flaps or anything to the new dialogue or any of that, it can sound a little bit crusty in that regard, and, I understand why it's like that. And you don't want that repeated, so there's going to be a trade-off that happens no matter what. And yeah, Tav, I remember. Everybody remembers Waka, the racist sports star. Which, wow, who would have guessed? I'm sure that, now you fight as Xenogears. Xenogears. I haven't played Xenogears yet. I'm sure that a lot of people are gonna talk shit at me for not having played Xenogears or any of the other games in that series. And you're right, I'm a bit of a rube for that one, but I swear I'll get to it someday if I don't keep getting distracted by everything else. It's also not a game that's easy to find a legitimate copy of for a good price. However, I could just emulate it, I mean, listen, I'm not above that kind of thing. Alright, anyway, we're gonna be good here. We're gonna pretend that... we're not just a complete maniac. Diving immediately on Ultima Weapon. And at this point, there's so little going on in the fight that I'm just gonna spam Jolt. Never mind, forget about what I said about being good. Better off just reading a story recap or something. Fair enough. I guess I can do that. Alright, so this is about where we're gonna actually start being able to do some damage here. Yeah, those numbers are going back up. We are in the mode. Alright. Get in, do our melee combo, get out, and... Alright, for fire ready, pop acceleration, and... Let's see if we can't get recharged in time for either the next fight, or I guess for La Habrea. Red Mage looks complicated, but you can pick it up with a little bit of time. It's not nearly as bad as it looks. I'll say that. Especially not when you're at this level and you don't have to worry about the fact that you also can get a revive spell at level 64. Oh, whoops, there's me screwing that up. Fair enough. You know, part of the great thing about any game like this is that there's this much variety. Endwalker, we're getting a new healer and a new melee DPS. So if that's your bag. It's him. Breadman. Stick with Dark Knight. Fair enough. Fair enough. Dark Knight is the one that was suggested to me to learn how to play, and yeah, he came here to laugh at us. Yeah, he basically is just kind of a Char, isn't he? Especially when he's got the mask on. Maybe so. Thancred comes back in later expansions, and he's pretty cool. In Shadowbringers, at least. Although I like a lot of the characters in general, so... Like... See, now I'm just sitting here like, wait a second, is there somebody I don't like in the crew? He gets to be like... I swear he gets to be less of a pain, less of a shithead in the future, I swear. Urianger is a quintuple agent, though. That's giving me a chuckle. I can believe it. I mean, listen, if it turns out that he's been fucking with us the entire time, I would 100% buy it. He did, you know, he granted that's a pretty simple mind game, but he did manage to mess with the fairies in Ilmeg, so that's, you know, as I say, a simple way to do it, but it, you know, it always feels like, oh, that's impressive in any sort of story like that. La is over here bragging about how cool he is, but yep, there he is. La with his funky mask. Oh no, the building exploded. Oh no. He looks like several Fire Emblem characters. Oh, wow, that's one hell of a roast. Wow. It's so mean, Mark. Such devastation. This was not my intention. He said the line! Roll credits! Please don't roll credits during the dungeon, and I'll just make it longer. You are absolutely not wrong. And that's the part that makes it great. Oh god. Oh right, the BTTV clap emote is the thing that exists that I don't have in here because I'm bad. Well, listen, I'll just pretend you meant to post Cat Jam, Tev, and I'll just imagine the Cat Jam over there in the corner of my other screen. Get yourself the heck out of here, buddy. Buster. Alright, well, time to fight. Oh jeez. Oh Jesus. Thanks. Thanks. That freaked me out a little bit. Maybe I should turn that off. You didn't even hear it on your end? The volume might be a little low, so at least for the users hearing it, but I heard it, and did it not go through the question mark? Oh, for fuck's sakes! I've had that off this whole time. Oh my god! Everybody else is loaded in, by the way. I've realized that... So, I said something about that when I was loading up the stream about my desktop audio, and I would... did I forget to record audio last stream because my desktop audio was set to mute when I started out. And now what happened? Then this stream... Oh, I am super awful at this. You thought it was intentional? It was not this time. I swear to you, it's just because I'm incompetent. Am I targeting the wrong? Yes, I am. Why did I not target? Oh, I probably hit tab far too quickly. Somebody... Tab, to answer your question... Yes. Even though it's Shadow Shaman and not Shadow Demon that you're saying... The answer is yes. We are, Shadow Shaman is alright, but it's a big mistake. And Uncle Gasp Maskman is, disappointed in himself. I mean, yeah, he's definitely got a little bit of that look going on, doesn't he? That's a big freaking explosion. We're somehow gonna survive getting blowed up. Oh, there he is again. It's our old friend, A lot of Fire Emblem mages.
貴様が力を求めたからこそアルテマウェポンを、そして究極魔法アルテマを授けたというのに、所詮は人の子か。この程度のものとは。この星の断りは乱れている。このままではいずれこの星のみならず物質界、エーテル界、世界をなすすべての法則が乱れるであろう。
I'm sure we'll be fine, buddy.
そしてそれは星に救う病巣、ハイデリンが元凶。母なる星を守るためには病巣を焼き払い。
Oh no, he's bringing in the standard. Your god is evil. He really is a Fire Emblem character, isn't he? Wait a second. It's a little complicated, in truth, but yeah.
この地により大きな混沌が必要となる。そのためには神を狩るお前たちの力が邪魔となるのだ。この黒き城とともに消えるがいい。
Yeah, like we haven't heard this one before, friendo. And there he goes, putting his cool mask back on. He really wants us to think that he's Char. Huh, interesting. I didn't know that, but I don't know a lot of stuff about voice actors. So, notes. Hey, if I just remembered to just type /bread in the thing, I would have actually done that much faster, but we can sit here eating a bread while we wait. It's a great emote. Sit there eating a bread. Honestly, I don't need to dodge any of this shit. This fight is so fast, so I'm doing it anyway. I'm like, oh, I feel like it's important. Let me pretend that I know how to play this. For once. Yay! We hit level 74. You know what? There's one tank remaining. You get a free thing, buddy. I should have given it to the healer. Should have standing over dead party members that done fucked up. Fair enough. Oh, I can't just apply a glamour plate out in the middle of nowhere. Well, thanks, game. I'm gonna get on this sheep. I will be back in a moment or two. Alright, so I'm back and that. Let's re-up that boiled egg and switch over to Dark Knight. And properly reattempt this leave quest. That's why it says that I gotta re-challenge this. It's because I was interrupted by my queue popping. Oh, I have to click it twice, right? Dark Knight, best job. I've really only started out doing anything Dark Knight related, as you can tell by the fact that I'm out here doing a level 30 leave quest. So, I can't exactly confirm or deny. It would also help if I remembered to just do Dark Side before I just do dungeons. Well, I mean, I could probably do that too. I'm nervous because I will fully admit that like tanking is not a thing that I'm kind of new to. As you can tell by the fact that I should have just immediately done that. It's like dying, except you don't remember to die. That you forget to die, rather. Spin. I mean, it does sound pretty easy, but of course, as I said before, well, alluded to, I guess, rather, performance anxiety is a hell of a drug. Yeah, that is a good point. That's a big thing that I noticed is that your basic slapping shit combo for Dark Knight is a thing that heals you, which is good. Second move heal you? Restores MP. Alright, third move is restore HP. So, I guess at least while I don't have Living Dead as a thing to make healers nervous about, because that is definitely a pretty terrifying proposition of, oh, you can go to negative health. Yeah, true. I mean, it's more like I think that, I don't know. I don't know what I think. I don't think I do think. Maybe I don't. That's the problem. Oh, okay, that made things a little easier. We are Void Miner here. The Healer Main has entered the chat. The Healer Main has been here for a while, actually. I think Cosmos sucks. I imagine that, like, I kind of imagine that it's like Gunbreaker is a big, massive shit your pants moment for the healer, because it's like, oh, oh god, the 1 HP. And for you as well. Okay, I think that's the Soothe one. I'm not a big fan of that. Yeah, exactly. That's, you know, I don't know a ton about tanking classes, but I do know I've unlocked all the classes except for, well, I guess I don't have Summoner and Scholar unlocked, because I have not gotten that far with Arc yet. I probably could go and just grind that out to 30 if I was good at these things. I'd remember to do that. And yeah, that Superbolide drops you to 1 HP, and it's just like, oh shit! Now, neither of us had better have fucked this up. Dang it! Land the hit, you dork. There we go, that's better. But my feeling about what I get in terms of the tank classes, at least of the two original ones. Excuse. I don't even know what I was going to say now. Oh yay, my Chocobo is... My challenge for hurting things with my Chocobo is almost maxed for this week. Neat. Ah, okay. The crab has to show up afterwards. So what you're telling me is that I should use it exactly like... Oh, I'm kidding. I shouldn't even say that. Well, yeah. Paladin is probably like the most straightforward tank in a lot of ways, right? Kind of like how White Mage has typically been the most straightforward healer. And Black Mage is what you switch to when you want to cry. Like, I kind of feel like Paladin is extremely tank-ish. That sounds real stupid, but, like, that it's biased very heavily towards mostly doing tank, whereas Warrior is a little more aggressive as well. So I'm not 100% sure what my point is, but I am assuming that you understand what it actually is. Oh. We got a burb. Heck. There's our Gubu again. Oh wow, we're just not hitting this thing very well. Then again, we're at a 4-level disadvantage. It's just that we can get away with it because we got the healer, Bird, and Dark Knight appears to be a pretty good class. Like 5 minutes of it that I've played so far. Yay! Yay! Whew. Chest. It's probably not worth too much, but why not? That's potion of dexterity. Yeah, that's not worth too much. Alright. Cash. Experience here. Alright, so we'll do this one again, because it's real easy. I know how to do it. And I don't have to do, like, beckoning for any of the ones that I'm doing right now. I probably could just queue, but... I'm at a point now where I'm caught up in this a little bit, and... yeah. Where's... oh, they're right over there. Okay. Very easy place to find those. Oh. Oh, hey, maybe I should deal with this. I thought genuinely I didn't see it. This thing was aggro to me, and I thought it was just a separate enemy outside of this. Whoops. Not my brightest moments. Wow. He's not even here. You know what? Fair enough. Blaming him when he's not here. What are you, Lears? That guy? Oh, yeah. And you know what? Let's do one more. And make sure we hit a very even level 31. Wow, look at all these copies of the same axe that we keep getting. Ah, yes. Weapons for another class that I haven't gotten warrior yet. I mean, it's free form, but you know what I'm saying. I don't need these axes. You don't need these axes anyway. This is probably true. And by probably, I mean, yes, definitely. We'll do that after this, although I have eggs, not mineral water. I don't know why, but I bought a very large amount of boiled eggs. That's the wrong one. Yeah, see, 162 boiled eggs. I guess I bought like almost 200 at one point. They might have been cheaper, or like the only thing at that price point that was at the shop when I grabbed all of them. And I probably would have forgotten if I don't know. Listen, I'm going to pretend that there's a... Get off of that. Fat cat. So if you have a lot of cats, you know the pain of having a cat just sitting on top of important paperwork, right? Went over with about 200 eggs. That's the thing that... That's the thing that happened, that's for sure. Four dozen eggs. Well, it's because like half of the game is cat boys. And I mean, fair enough, but also... I can hit my other thing that has a range, but... I'm a fool. Yay! We gained the level without even having to turn in the quest. Yay! $31. Obviously, that's not super important, but it's one of those, hey, there's... Some of these are a bit... Okay, so that can be substituted for something else, right? I have an... Ah, I see. I don't have... Well, it's +3 to all stats. And this will have to do. Let's return. I feel like I should dump off some of the garbage from my inventory. Because goodness knows that I forget to do that. Important to... Yeah, there's a couple of potions and stuff, and like 8 million of these steel bardishes. Those steel claws, right? We were gonna see that I have like better than that for... Is that... Oh no, that's actually better than what I have. Oh, I just didn't get rid of those at any point. Okay, well... Decent these, I guess. Oh, that's a very unfortunate decent level there, huh? Pretty low. Get our materials out of this thing. Both those are guaranteed. Nice. Nice. Decent. Decent levels are just kind of low in general, huh? Anyway, it's more of the point that I want to put that in there. We're gonna find Monk and we're gonna update it to using the other claws. Reset. Switch back to this one. Desynth the steel claws. And yeah, I will agree because I didn't get around to saying it. Inventory management. Well, for a start, I'm really bad at it. And yeah. We're just gonna... I think we can desynth the... No, we can't desynth that thing. That's a shame. Hey, we got 2 high-quality stealing. It's... Oh, wait, high quality is disappearing, I think. Maybe a little bit, but... I like doing it, I guess. Yay, we got 2,000 gil. I think that's probably more than we would have gotten for... Well, the weapons are reasonably high level. Where do I have these sitting in terms of retainer? Big Nerd. Are you also on Big Nerd? Yes. So I can go and visit the Big Nerd and I can shove that stuff into his inventory. Alright. Trust those. I don't know if that's going to be a thing that... comes up later or not, This is a very old Moogle tome. What is that doing in my inventory? I forgot about that entirely. Alright, I wanted to store those. That, I think I probably can just dump that. I don't know if that's going to be relevant in the future. My inventory is still extremely packed. I wasn't trying very hard. However, I am going to see at Moogle and see if there's anything I can do with that one esoterics. I don't think I can, like, trade it for another one or something. But let's double check. Alright, you have a nice, nice thing you're doing there, Jack. Good luck with whatever you end up in. Yeah. Okay, so this is just to be able to trade things that you already have. Well, I don't know if there's any reason to save that old-ass Moogle tome, but I guess we'll do it anyway. And then I guess, fine, I'll queue for leveling roulette or something. Or I can embarrass myself in public. On multiple levels. First, repair our gear. Oh boy, I'm about to make a fool of myself. In a second. There we go, chair was sinking a little bit. Alright, let's do it. I like how it's been retrieving information about that waiting list number for almost a minute, over a minute now. There we go. It's like, actually, we don't want to tell you that you're in first and we can't find a healer now. I thought it was adventurer in need tank, jeez. Ah, it's this motherfucker. Hey, guess what? I don't know what the deal is here, aside from just make him angry and hit the right button. There we go. Don't know if that's what I need to heal up for, be on guard for, but we're doing it anyway just to be sure. Oh, right, I think I gotta deal with this, right? Or do I have to stay on the boss? I'm the tank, I should stay on the damn boss. Easy. That said, we did kind of roll into this thing, so, you know. Hey, I got a commendation. Yay! You know, I really did consider just being like, wow, I never want to do that again, and just immediately cutting the recording after that, but no, that wasn't too bad. Although I gotta say, it is always a little bit weird when you're like, oh, it's not... Maybe it... I don't know. I'm a big weenie, and I feel weird when I'm not at full everything. I told you I'm a big weenie. Alright, so is... upgrade this equipment in any meaningful way? Oh, that's a lot of extra defense I get on that. Is this good? Yeah, it's... Alright, cool. So let's grab that. Pick that up. You know what? I was gonna say, sure, we'll get a belt, but I actually don't think we have a belt to get right now. Alright. Alright, there we go. Yep. Can't apply nothing to the gun, but we already knew that. Is there a new weapon we can pick up? I know there's definitely going to be easier ways to get this, but I just want to check and see if... No, there's nothing new to pick up. Rings. These, they'll give me better... No, that brand new ring is going to stick for a bit, I think, just because of that +3 on our stats. Some of those might not be as useful as some of the others, but... Listen, numbers, eventually it does reach a point where they become confusing. And so we update our thing. Alright, that's currently in use, because that's just a general purpose. What's that doing in my inventory? I should probably have that in my glamour chest, that. double check if there's anything else I really is doing here. Are you a reason for that? A need for it? Okay, so there's just a bunch of glamour specific items that I never threw into my glamour chest for some reason. Let's go fix that. And then, of course, unfortunately, the problem is that when I go to do that, we have this issue going on. I don't think it shows what I have in any of my my sets, and that's why I tend to forget to do this a lot. Just because it's like, oh, I don't want to accidentally throw something that's in one of my gear sets into a thing, just in case that's an issue. Although, honestly, some of this stuff I should just have in here already, so. He's still in my thing. There's our... That's right, there should probably also be, yeah, boots. There we go. Oh, did I run out of... Wow, I ran out of prisms. Amazing. I also need to just throw those out, because I keep forgetting that those are there. Yeah, I just straight up don't have any more glamour prisms anymore. I've used them all. Wow. Amazing. I don't know what to do with myself. Okay, thank you. I figured that to be the case, but like I didn't want to be like, hey, is anybody watching that can tell me, you know. I don't like advertise this stream much of anywhere. You know, I posted on Twitter and a couple of other places, and that's about it. I probably should, you know, especially if I stream 14, I feel like I should go into the FC Discord and be like, hey, I'm streaming and being bad at video games, but also I'm like nervous that that wouldn't be considered acceptable, and I feel silly about asking about that in public, so okay, there we go. Remove quantity like that. So we'll just, I think 75 should do us for a while. You know what? No, it's 665. I'm leaving it at a nice even number. If it's 590, I'll look at it and I'll I'll cry. All this other shit in here. Out of curiosity. Okay, so we got stuff for painting chocobos. I'm pretty sure I bought all that stuff. Oh, also, you reminded me, maybe I should try spending some of my chocobo, chocobo thing. God damn it. My Moogle tomes, because I have some of those. I can buy another one of the Bonewicca armor pieces, which I've been buying, like, as soon as I've been able to, for some reason. I'm just like, hey, yeah, those look really neat. I probably should save up for the jacket, but I don't know how to operate with money. I've been looking at this record player that somebody has for sale on eBay, and it's... Well... I don't want to make it sound like I have that little impulse control, because that's overselling it by a very wide margin, but on the other hand, it is almost a wonder that I haven't been like, hey, yeah, I'm gonna yoink that. You can solo that dungeon? Oh, well. Well, then that would be really silly of me. I don't know if I have any of these cards, but... Gotta hope the piece I want drops. Well, yeah, that will cause an issue. Shut. I can't even be mad at you for saying that. I can't even be like, you shut your whore mouth, because you're not wrong. On the other hand, you may not be wrong, but also, you shut your whore mouth. Buy some of those writing maps, but I don't know which ones I... Well, it wouldn't let me rebuy any of these writing maps if I already have them, will it? The same with the... Well, no, the minions... If the minions can be marketed, then surely they can let us rebuy those. I don't think I have either of these minions, but I'm going to actually pop open my thing real quick and make sure. Because I'm sure that if they're available from Moogle Tomes, they are not worth anything to resell. So if I did sell them, that's like, oh hey, you dumbass, you bought those things when you already had them. And, I know what the Aurelia Polyp looks like. The Griffin Hatchling. Yeah, I don't have either of those. So, you know what? Let's grab these minions. Listen, you're asking a lot of me to tell me to use the search function. You are very, very, very silly to do that. I can't believe you would actually try to suggest that to me, because at this point you should know better. And frankly, I'm kind of astounded that you don't. And I still don't use it, okay? Listen, why make things easier for myself when I can just not? Buy fewer candles. Yeah, that's it. That's me in a nutshell. That's somehow you've managed to figure out my exact personality. I don't know how you do it. Oh wait. Because I've known you for multiple years. Since 2015. Has it been that long? Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Amazing. I got nothing else that I can really say to that. Just amazing. Good work, everybody involved. Anyway, I think that's actually going to do for today's stream. Not that I'm going to stop playing, but I'm going to stop streaming.